Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a St. Patrick's Day special. I'm reviewing the Adventure Force Villainator. And I'm wearing the balaclava. Give getting the holes on this thing are a lot smaller than expected. I had to cut into it. Ooh. But anyway, I was going to do this review anyway. It just how happens to be St. Patrick's Day. And it's also like, sorry about not uploading on Saturday. Things are going to change. The videos are going to come out on Sundays, okay? Because of my work schedule. So, unless I record the video ahead of time before the weekend, expect them to come out on Sundays, okay? So, anyway, let's get to the review. So, here's the Villainator. I got mine for $2. So, it's a 20 round, not 20, it's like 40 rounds, isn't it? Yeah, it's like 40. It's like a 40 round drum blaster, pump action with slam fire. Comes with this stock. So, there's not much, I think there's not much to say about this blaster. It's still on shelves, and it's powerful, and all that. Got it at Goodwill, obviously, for $2. Very good deal. I see them all the time, but I never get them. But I finally got one. And usually they're $7. So I got this this was a steal. And it's a Tommy gun. That's what essentially it is. It's just a Tommy gun. But more like a futuristic like if the futuristic version of Tommy gun for Cyberpunk would be just keeping the same grips with a similar shape. And yeah, this is pretty much what it would look like. It's still not as... Its ergonomics are a bit better than the Tommy gun. And all that. So that's pretty cool. And you can remove the drum. Which is why sometimes you can find these without the drum. So if you find the drum by itself, that's a pretty good find. Get it. Because... as you can see, I'm going to probably rate this pretty high, in a sense. But let's get on to the review, because it's not a lot to say other than it has a cool name, the Villainator. And all that. And this is... let's get into the topic of Tommy guns real quickly. Oops. Like just the foam flinging kind. Because there technically is like... let me think. Technically, you can make like a strife into a Tommy gun, but in reality, just having a like a front grip, which I'm probably gonna do. I'm probably gonna turn a strife into a Tommy gun. But like a lot of the Tommy gun blasters, like the Fortnite one and this one, and then there's the Dart Zone Pro one, are like all pump action with slam fire. And this one probably is like the second best compared to those three. But in reality, there is a very good version of this, of a Tommy gun, and that's the Alien Blaster. The Alien Blaster is a Thompson submachine gun that's been, the pulse rifle that has been outfitted to be a different sci-fi gun and everything. It is a Thompson. So in all technicalities, that is the best Thompson submachine gun version of a Nerf blaster. But pump action wise, it's probably is this one, because you can put half darts in this. That's something interesting. You could put half darts in this. You got to ramrod them. You could put a second one in there as well, but it will fall out. But it will fire to two of them. And they got me an idea. Like, can we cut down a half dart like halfway? I'd fill this up with as many of these like quarter darts as possible, possibly 3 of them. I made the thing into a proper shotgun. Or just 3D print a different type of drum. Let me use Jack Skellington's finger to get this out. Come on. And it's not working. I'm going to have to fire it out. But anyway, so FPS I couldn't measure it because it has this, because how it works, it whenever it turns, it fires from the top, then bottom, then top again. So it's weird to get on the chronograph, so I had to look up people's videos. It has a nice big, I actually think that looks cool. So it's like 85 FPS. It's good. It's very good. Accessories. It came with a stock, but it's proprietary stock. So that's the only thing it has. So, and if you don't have it, then you don't have it, and you can't replace it. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that's good at all. Sling attachment point doesn't have any. It technically does have these little things right there, and even on the stock, but I'm not counting those as sling attachment points. Comfort. Comfort-wise, this blaster is like the right length with the stock. It is the right length for me. I like it a lot. And the grips are pretty nice. They're not intrusive. I like their feel, probably like an actual Tommy gun. So I'm gonna say it's good. It looks like a sci-fi Tommy gun. It looks cool. Profile, okay. That's a problem. Because the Tommy gun is like, it's an iconic thing and everything, and it's very iconic. It's very, very iconic. Everybody knows what a Tommy gun is. They've seen it in movies and all that. Painting this all black could be a problem. So yeah, it's just, though I kind of want to see it in all black, because what would like a modern day tactical Tommy gun look like? Just for the memes of it. I want to see that. Profile is bad. Tactical points. It has top rail, and in strike attachments will attach to it, but it's through like a friction type of thing. I got one right here. So see. So you can't put stuff on this, but it's not on there all. It's not going to be stable. And then it has its stock, and that's really it. So I'm going to say it's okay. It has its job, but again, it's supposed to be like, it's not a sniper rifle. Can't take rockets, can't take mega. Internals, I don't know what this thing looks internally. I assume it's fine, because I've not heard any problems with it. I'm going to say it's okay. Modability, I think you could replace the spring in this. And I think you can replace the grip. You can always replace grips. I know that for sure. But I know like these things might get in the way, because I've modded these things out of a different blaster. So, but they didn't pose any problems for me. So it might not be that big of a deal. And it's technically carrying multiples of the drum, a mod in itself. So, moddability is okay. Practicality, that's where it gets interesting. So, is this thing practical? Is it practical to go into an Nerf war with a blaster with a powerful spring-powered blaster like this with a 40-round drum? Yes, but there's other ones that have more capacity. So technically, those are also practical in that sense. If you're just using the amount of blaster, and then it's like, what if we mod the darts so we could fit as many of the half darts in there as possible? And it's like, okay, now you got a really good shotgun. Like, that is something I'm legitimately going to try. It's just cutting up the darts to see how well that works. And it's like, okay, now we got a really good shotgun, but everything on this thing is proprietary, so it's like, it's not going to be the most easiest one. If this became a meta thing, so you're definitely going to find just these and without their drums. So there's that problem. It's also cumbersome, like the actual Thompson submachine gun. And that causes the other problems. Like, I can't put this in a sling. I got to carry a bag for its drum and everything and all that. And it's loud. It's powerful but loud. It's another inconvenience. Like, sometimes I feel when I fire these things in my house, I kind of think like my neighbors are going to complain. So yeah, there's that problem. And I don't know how fragile this thing is, too. Where its connection points are. So that could also be a problem. So, I feel like it's just a more practical version of some other blasters just because of this high capacity. But why not just get the Pro blaster, you know? If you're going to go, like, pay full price for these, I mean. If you're going thrifting, then, again, if this is your first blaster, you actually did not get a bad deal when you get it for, like, $2 and all that. So, as a first-time blaster, I would say it's actually not bad at all. I would say, like, yeah, I would not feel bad going to a war with this and everything. But again, I'm going to be like the GIs. It's like, oh, that guy has a strife. Give me that strife and everything. I kind of want to do a Nerf war where it is like kind of like Tarkov. You start off bad, you pick up with a weapon, so you loot the person you defeated. So I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind this at all in Tarkov. Like, yeah. So, practicality, yeah, it's good. It's just, they're, like, compared to, like, I want to say it is good practical. Because we look at the number of darts we have in a drum. 30. So, with a 30-round drum, and walking around with a strife, it's like, the drum is still cumbersome. Even if you have an attachment to hold the drum, like the stock attachment, it is still a cumbersome thing. But you got 10 extra shots with this. So, and you could do the whole shotgun thing, too, with it. So, yeah, price, good for, what I got it for, it was really good. But I wouldn't mind paying $7 for it. $10, not really, but anything under than $10, yeah, perfectly fine. Results, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. So it kind of leans into the good and the bad. It's just, I feel like if the stock was different, like if it was like an inch strike stock attachment point, I think this blaster would have been way better. And I'm going to say bye. Even though it's like a very hit or miss kind of thing, in my scaling, I would say like, no, this thing is really good. It hits hard. It's very practical. It's fairly reliable. It just has some weird little things that like, I can understand why somebody wouldn't take it to an R4. But keep in mind, I put string for my slings, so this is fine for me. And it's like, you just play, I could set the world on fire, or just some gangster music. The problem is, it's just not a battery-powered automatic thing, and that's what bothers me. But the next blaster I'm going to review, keeping into the whole Thompson submachine guns and everything, is battery-powered. And, ta-da! This could be why, like, I'm going to complain at Nerf for not making, like... We should complain to Nerf, like, why didn't they ever make this thing? Why is the Fortnite blaster this thing? Now, my complaint is, why is it not this thing? Okay? So... Oh, wait. Advertisement. Buy my book, The Epic Cassius Crossroads, at authorhouse.com. Oddly enough, the Thompson submachine gun does not appear anywhere in the book. Because the Thompson was invented for World War I, but it never saw service. It came out way too late. So what the creators did, they just sold them to the general public, and that's why a lot of gangsters got them. But it's also it was also really expensive. Again, it's cumbersome. It's a very heavy firearm, so a lot of people don't like it. And in World War II happened, it's like, oh, let's give it to the military. The military is like, yeah, that's good. It's good. It's just really heavy and cumbersome. Let's make cheap knockoff. That thing was really bad. Let's make grease gun. There we go. Now we have perfection. Really cheap. And just became this iconic thing and all that. But yeah. So, thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.